I just want to introduce Marlene Ritzman to do the class today, and I appreciate her coming in and giving out her trade secrets to everybody. Please welcome Marlene.
No trade secret. There's no trade secrets. So first of all, like most of us, I think, I'm coached and Mike Perry. Well, Tim Rohn with Mike Perry now. So I don't know what to that. Gets those out if we need those. So I know that there's only a couple of agents in here and there's many on the Zoom. I just want to know how many people actually prospect. How many prospect, right? You prospect. So you guys all prospect. Okay, that's great. And who calls their database?
Database is my #1 source.
And it is for a lot of people. A lot of people don't call their database, which surprises me. But I tend to kind of sit in my database. So I do a lot of calls in my database. I do call expireds, canceled, some for sale by owners, just listed, just sold. Mostly my database is where I make most of my calls. And then do you have a certain time of day that you make your calls?
9 to 12.
9 to 12, 10 to 12. And you just call all day.
All day.
Love it. I tend to call all day too. If I don't know if I can spend on phones most of the day. So, how often do you call your database?
For me, I have them in 2 categories, like my whales or my what is that? Keeping a lot of business.
A clients.
At least once a month. Otherwise, they're on 9 days.
Yeah, that's the same thing I do. Yeah. A clients, same thing. Okay. And then, what are some of the things that you say to these people?
My database really is because I take pretty good notes. So if there's someone out there that will trigger something, like someone had a surgery, or I'll just kind of go into asking them questions. I tend not to be so rigid as far as this is a business call, which hurt me in the fact that I actually go longer. Sometimes my calls like 35 minutes. So there are ways I can nap. I say, oh, I have a client that just walked in, I gotta go. But
Oh, this other line's ringing again.
yeah, but
I do the same.
yeah, it's, I mean, for me, my database is, they're not just people feeding me business. I mean, they're friends. Through the process of doing their house and the transaction, they become, friends. And
Yeah.
so
Strong clients.
yeah,
That's what they are.
yeah.
Friends, yeah. So that's basically what I do too. I mean, but I do many times start out with, this is a business call.
Yeah.
So when I do that, and I know I passed out some stuff, I don't really use the MFO script for this. I mean, I have before, but hi, this is Marlene, this is a business call, do you have a minute? I do use that line sometimes, not all the time. Who do you know that would like to buy or sell real estate in the next 7 to 10 days? I use that line, but not in this order. And then can you think of anyone in your church group, your family, neighborhood, office that may need my services? And then would you mind if I called them? So my calls typically go more like, this is a business call. I call to give you an update on what's happening in our market. And everybody wants to know what is happening in the market right now. The market's kind of a little bit crazy. So the best thing that I've learned to do is know your stats. And right now we have 1,115 active single family homes in Washington County that are on the MLS. Does anybody know what the average is?
The average.
Price. So
Oh.
the average how many listings make it an average market?
As, that's much higher, like a 6 month, like 6 months of inventory is. That's the question.
Well, it's like 15 to 1,800 listings is what we should see for an average market. So we actually have 632 active single family homes in Greater St. George. And that's just in Greater St. George. In Hurricane, it's 58. No, sorry, lying, 191. But those numbers are saying we're in a seller's market, but who's feeling like it's a seller's market?
Yeah. Very buyers good.
Right. So these phone calls, especially to your database, are just kind of educating them on what's happening with the market. Are you thinking about selling? Do you know anyone that's thinking about selling? Average days on market right now, 72. So we've got an absorption rate of just over 2 months. So basically I just go into the calls with that information, and that's helpful to a lot of people. So then I ask them who they know who would like to buy or sell. That's it. Simple.
Yes. Besides have influence, what's your most successful source?
Looking up our people, she keeps close to that.
Oh, please. I didn't know I needed to come. I'll find it.
And then what do you do? Do you, I mean, that's what, you know, the great thing about AIG and Remax is that we have client appreciation parties that they help sponsor. Do you, besides the ones that they help sponsor, like we got the one coming up, Cinco de Mayo, I think, but what do you do for your clients? Do you do like a client appreciation? Do you do
Yeah, so we do a pie in October, November for Thanksgiving,
How many did you hand out this last time?
160.
No, it was over 200.
It was
It was a lot of.
a lot of pies.
It was a lot of pies.
So over 200 pies, and then we just did a St. Patrick's Day party. We crammed 100 people into my house, and then corned beef and cabbage,
Oh,
we had
that's
Zach
awesome.
Piper come, it was awesome. Yeah.
great?
Yep.
Yeah, we just did we built a studio for my wife, our studio.
Yeah.
And we had, we invited some of our clients and, people over for, paint night.
Oh, sweet.
So we just did it a couple months ago.
Awesome.
Not even my house, it was like a month ago, so it was like 2 months ago.
So just a couple of.
Yeah,
smaller
it was the first time we did it, and it's a smaller room, this is what we're doing this, but, just, it was like to see how this will work. And my wife has never done a paint night, been artist doing it,
Yeah.
and so like, I'll see how it works, and it was really successful, so I continue to do those.
Yeah.
For specific clients.
I think that's another great thing if you can get like a smaller group and just so you can have those conversations that are so important in relationships. So, and then just do several different smaller groups. It's great.
ELP.
What was that?
ELP is the second highest. Past client referrals, 1 and 2, and then ELP was her third biggest source.
What's that?
Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah,
So I've been doing Dave Ramsey for 20 years.
Since I've been here.
12 years.
See, I've never heard ELPs in West.
yeah,
So I've been their longest agent in St. George.
they can zoom have a question?
I will ask.
But we were so
How long have you been doing real estate?
since, so it's 17 years.
You did it like very without.
I've been with Mike Ferry for 12 years, 13 years. And Remax for about 6 months.
Do you ever find yourself getting in a funk, making calls, the same calls over and over again? And if you do, what do you do to get out of that?
Yes. Affirmations. Mhm. Get up, walk, read a good book, change what I'm listening to. Just change what you're listening to.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Have a seat.
Go, have a seat.
So I think what I'm listening to, and do affirmations.
Try to get a better headspace.
Mhm. Maybe go for walks, take a brain break.
How many contacts you make?
So I make between 30 and 50 a day,
Wow.
You know what you know, like, out of the.
and I make them up if they're not on my list. Marcy's really good at getting me a list every morning at 5 AM.
Good job, Marcy.
So on your goals, you have like a, if I hit this, then that's gonna probably have a, I'm gonna do at least this many, or
Mhm.
it's always that.
Yeah, so I will add people if they're not on the list. I will start on that. This person for a minute. And so I'll put them on the list. Going back to those 8 clients, right?
Right.
Mhm. Or somebody that I haven't thought about me for a little while, and I'm like, thought about that person for a while, and maybe I drove by their house or something just sparked something.
Mhm.
And I'll just put them on the list and call them. Have a lot of great calls today doing that.
Do you have anything like, if somebody comes up to you and just in general realizes you're real estate and say, so how's the market?
Mhm.
You have
Yeah,
a
so
script on that.
So-
Like, well, how's the market going?
market's great. This is what's going on, and I usually have something that I say to them. Because you can get stuck in, oh, the market's great, and then what?
Yep.
You know, so usually I say, are you looking to buy or sell?
Mhm.
You have any investment properties? Yeah, always ask that.
How many, I know Ted last week did for sale, but how many for sale loans do you do? A year, would you say?
So
Can't handle.
I'm just gonna tell you, I built my business off for sale by owners. That's all I did for the first probably 3 or 4 years. I wore myself out for sale by owners anywhere. They don't sign. Then you just have to keep going back and back and back. And I was like, there's gotta be an easier way than this. Either that or my skill grew back then, anyway. But I did, I built quite a huge database for selling. And I just found that it expired in database and that stuff was easier. So,
Do you have like emails that go out weekly, monthly to past clients?
we do,
Keep them
we
updated.
do a newsletter. Is it once a week or once a
Month.
month? Once a month. And then we have a postcard that goes out once a month to them. And then once every other month, actually. And then we, what else do we do?
Calling in and meet the parties.
Yeah.
Calling
Stay
a lot
front
of
in their minds.
You have a 14, 16 touch.
Mhm.
Gotta be-
Sorry for anyway asking this question again, but you're calling 30 to 40 people every day,
30 to 50,
30 to 50 every day.
sometimes more.
That's not calls, those are contacts. Those calls are contacts.
Those are calls.
Okay, okay. How many contacts out of 15 calls are you making?
Most people pick up. Most people do pick up when they say it's me, they'll pick up unless they're busy. And, you know, or they'll call me back and say, hey, sorry I missed you. I'll be like, no, you're not sitting by your phone waiting for me. to
Yeah.
call." I wish.
How big is your database?
About, I don't know,
It's like 700 at this point.
I have mercies.
Yes.
I don't track any of that, but, yeah. So I'm constantly cleaning it too, we clean it. I just purged it at the beginning of the year. So people you can't get a hold of, you haven't been able to in 3 years, or people that moved out of the state that you can't get a hold of, and never come back, and they don't know anybody here.
You have a specific CRM you use
Mhm.
for your,
For the lots of automated things in there, makes it a lot. Well, Burgundy,
VR5,
IVITY.
Ever have,
I'm soaking it all.
you can like seeing this well.
I'm sorry.
No more questions on Zoom, but they say thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Marlene.
Well, let's go make some calls.
Yes.